Hi everyone, this is Mr. Davis. I am writing an essay today about what I want to be after high school. I've already made my essay plan. If you want to see how to do that, watch some of the earlier videos. I'm now to the part where I'm going to start my essay out. I changed all this info so it reflects my information. I gave my essay a title, To Teach or Not to Teach, because I want to be an English teacher is what I'm going to talk about in my essay. And now I've got to start my essay out with an attention getter. So if I look at my essay formula, it says for my intro paragraph, first thing is an attention getter. Now, if you don't know what an attention getter is, there's this document posted here that I want you to open up, and it's going to give you a bunch of examples of how to get people's attention at the start of your essay. The last thing you want to do is start with something lame like, I want to be an English teacher. Okay, if you write that and your teacher sees it, you're going to put them to sleep right off the bat. You're going to get a lower grade. So you want to start your essay in a way more attention-grabbing way. There are a bunch of different ways to do this. First one, you can use repetition to get somebody's attention. You can use repetition to get somebody's attention. You can see the point there. B, ask an interesting question of the reader that draws them in. That's an easy, fun one to do. C, make a funny remark that relates to your paper. D, paint a hypothetical picture that engages the reader. Or E, make an interesting comment about or insight about life or the world. So if you're like, okay, well, I get what these things are, but what do those look like if I'm going to use them? If you look down here, we've got some examples. This first one uses repetition. Never submit, never surrender, never give up. This is the motto I've always lived my life by. So maybe that's going to be a personal biography or an autobiography that somebody is writing. Or maybe ask an interesting question of the reader that draws them in. Do you know how it feels to live a life without knowing your brother? Or make a funny remark that relates to your paper. When I was a kid, I made a lot of really stupid mistakes. Or paint a hypothetical picture that engages the reader. Imagine yourself as a young kid who has gotten lost in a mall. You look around you and your parents are nowhere to be found. You want to cry, but you are too afraid. So that hypothetical picture draws your readers in. Or finally, make an interesting comment or insight about life or the world. Maybe you could say something like this. Shyness is one of the worst human emotions in the world. For centuries, it has prevented men and women from achieving their full potential. Now that you've seen some examples of what these could be, let's hop back to my essay now. I'm writing an essay about becoming an English teacher, and I think the easiest way to grab someone's attention is to ask a question of them. So I could say something like this. Do you hate teenagers? And now it's a funny way. It's a question I'm asking my audience. It's far more interesting than saying, I want to teach English for a living. It draws them in, right? And then maybe I'm going to connect that somehow to me becoming an English teacher. I'm going to love working with teenagers, so on and so forth. I could also do something like this. I could paint a hypothetical picture. Imagine spending every waking hour surrounded by people who would rather be doing anything else but listening to you talk. Sound like a dream job? Again, I'm painting a hypothetical picture here instead of just starting my essay out in a boring way to draw my audience in. I don't care which one of these you choose to use to start your essay out, but pick something exciting to make your essay as interesting as possible. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to link your attention getter to the rest of your essay. Watch the next video if you want to check it out.